Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you all are doing well today. I am Jackie, and this is my channel. I am Forever Faithful. Um, just wanted to be a little transparent and talk about paralyzing fears and how that we are all in a transition right now, and we are being asked to make changes to our lives, but it really starts in the mind and accepting that change needs to happen. Whether if it is some changes within relationships and a job or career, whether if it's change within our health, um, yeah, it's not always easy, right? But it's really the mindset. And I was just thinking about an aunt who has passed several years ago and how she was just really gifted and talented in many things. She was a great cook, always cooked everything from scratch. Later in her life, she realized that she could draw. And I went to school with a lot of artists, graphic artists, and sculptures and things like that. And she was even better than some of them. And I always encouraged her to, make a business out of it, to sell her food, or, start a restaurant or do something with her gifts. But it was always fearful. She didn't, because it was based out of fear. And I love this aunt so much. She was like a second mom to me. And I just remember her being married for over 40 years, and she would tell me that, and she had it to do all over again, that she would do things differently. And my question was always to her, well, why can't you start doing things now? Make some changes now to do some of the things you want to do when you were younger. There's really nothing stopping you, but it was the fear. And I thought about her and how she had so much in her to give, to the world, to the community. But it was fear that stopped her. It was fear and doubts that stopped her, and how she passed not living out some of her dreams. And I just recall thinking, that's a shame. You have so much to offer. But it was always fear paralyzing her to do something different, right? And that's kind of where a lot of us are. We have gotten so used to being comfortable, even in the dysfunction, that we're afraid to make certain moves, certain changes to our lives, and how we will live our lives in fear instead of actually doing something different. And it was kind of like a reminder to me, especially with this channel, because this is definitely something that I personally do not want to do, but I have been guided by the Holy Spirit to do, um, is that speaking in front of people um, has always been my fear. I hated it in school, um, whether if it was in elementary, high school, even college. It just made me cringe. And even in my career, I've had to do presentations in front of a group of people, and I was always just anxious, and just my stomach was in knots, right? But I had to do it. I was fearful, um, of doing it, but it was part of my job. It was part of the curriculum that I was forced to do it, even through the nerves. And yes, it showed that I was nervous, but I still had to do it. I had to work my way through it. And even now with this channel, I still have those nerves. I still am working through these fears. Um, but I was thinking I don't want to be like my aunt and Pidgey, just being stuck, being paralyzed from the fear. And, with her, she didn't think anybody would be interested in her drawings, in her artwork. And I'm thinking, yes, they would. Absolutely would. And that's the thing with fears, it causes us to doubt ourselves. Um, so much so that we won't even make a move. And I just remember her encouraging me on different things that I wanted to do from childhood to adulthood. She was always encouraging me and supporting me in whatever I chose to do. And that reminded me of just now how so many times people, how we will give support and encouragement to others, but when it comes to ourselves, we drop the ball. We let the fear keep, creeping in. We allow the doubts to hold us down to the point where we're not even making a move, making a change. There's so many of us out there that maybe have dreams of being a business owner, right? But we're thinking, we don't know anything about business. We're not that great at math. We was never a really good student and all those things. But yet, we have all the resources we need to to crush those doubts, to crush those fears. Whether if it's reading a book or taking a course or watching a video of someone who has done it or is doing it, whatever that is may be for you, that there's no reasons why we can't crush our fears, right? So I guess it's like, what do I have to lose? I think a lot of times we're afraid to make moves, to do something or to say something because we are so concerned about what the outside world, what other people, what societies, what they're going to say about us. But I think what's most important is, what are we saying about ourselves? And we're concerned a lot of times about what people, you know, believe that we are. But what really matters is, what do we believe ourselves to be? Um, are we a fearful coward, or are we courageous in working through our fears and doing things in spite of our fears? It's and a lot of times we're fearful of the unknown. We don't have clarity of what the outcome will be. And that in itself kind of like restricts us from making movement or certain decisions and choices. Um, but life is really short, and there's so many things going on now that um, I think it's really time for us to start making moves and being more courageous, and living our best life, whatever that may be. And so if you make certain changes in your life, decisions, yeah, you may lose some people out of your life. And that could be people that are close to you and that you really love. But understand that whatever is for us is just for us. And the people that are supposed to be in our life will remain in our life. And those who truly love us and support us will do just that, support us and love us on our journey. And then if they don't, then those are not the people that are supposed to be in our lives. And if it's that job that you're keeping because it pays the bill, but you know that you really don't want to work for anyone, then it's time to start making the changes, the steps, and work through those fears and start kind of preparing to be your own boss. Like there, all of us have so many dreams and ideas in our head, but we let that fear creep in and it paralyzes us. The doubt, we doubt ourselves and our abilities and everything. But this is the thing, we're actually stronger than we realize, and that we are capable of doing all that we can envision for ourselves. It's just believing that we can. It's really just believing that we can do it in spite of what others have said, what we have even told ourselves. And it doesn't even matter what it looks like on this earth right now, but because we often project our fears into the future, like what if, what if, what if, what if all your dreams and desires come true? Because we actually make the steps towards that. And in the end, we only have one life, right? We have this one life. Time is going by so quickly. And I think people make moves, at least for myself, is when you're tired of being tired, when you're tired of the same old thing, when your soul becomes restless, when those relationships are not fulfilling or fruitful, when that job is not fulfilling or fruitful. I think we, at least for me, again, that when I'm tired of being tired, when I'm tired of my own self, when I'm tired of the fears and the doubts, that I start to do something differently, because at that point I'm just like, I can't deal with this anymore. I've been stuck or in the same place doing the same thing for so long that I don't even want this anymore. So I just wanted to, yeah, I guess, just talk to you all and be a little bit transparent that it's been a challenge for me to make videos. It's been a challenge for me to really open up and be myself fully. Um, it has been a challenge because I'm like, who wants to hear what I have to say? um, but I have been guided to make this channel and to share uh, my life experiences with you all. And it is not easy. It hasn't been easy, but I still get up and make a video. Not every day. Have not been consistent since I've had this channel for a year, but I'm constantly working on my mindset and and yeah, and making changes. So I am becoming more comfortable with my calling. So being courageous is doing things even when you're fearful, even when you don't know where it is leading you, even when you don't know the outcome, when you don't know, when you don't have clarity on how I'm going to get from point A to point B, or from point A to Z, which is your ultimate dream life. But one thing I do know, that I can look back on my life and see, recall the times where I was really scared. I was fearful, terrified in some cases of making a change, making a move. Um, but I did it. I worked through it, even being scared, even in the doubts and through the fears. I did it. And that's how I began to learn more about myself, my strengths, my capabilities, and doing the things that scared me, doing the things that I was doubtful of. Um, but it really was, I was able to do that because I had to pour into myself the same way I was pouring into other people, the same way I was supporting others. I supported myself in that same way, telling myself I can do this, that I'm capable, I have something to offer. Because everything that I need is inside of me. And even the times I didn't always receive outside support or encouragement, I had to support myself and encourage myself. And that's what it really takes, is that not to look for others to support you in that way, but to support yourself in that way. And that, because if I'm looking for outside help, if I'm looking for outside support and encouragement, then I may be disappointed because I may not get it. And then what? But if I am supporting myself and I am encouraging myself and I am pouring into myself and investing in myself, whether if that is reading or watching something that is going to help me grow in various ways, then that's what I do. That's what I do. Because it's not guaranteed that people always going to be around to give me that support and encouragement. So I have to do that for myself. And I want you all to do the same thing. Um, I've just seen too many people live their lives in fear and how they are stuck even still to this day. And now decades have passed by and they are thinking, I'm getting older now, I can't do that. Or what would people think if I do this or start this or say whatever? It's like it doesn't even matter anymore. It shouldn't matter anymore. And how we often put limits on ourselves, um, whether if it's our culture or our age or our background, or our abilities. I was not the greatest student in school, but I definitely was not the worst student. But I also know that there was, I learned differently than a lot of other students. So I am a visual student. So if a teacher or professor is not, if they don't engage with me in a visual way, then it's going to take me a little bit longer um, to grasp what they are teaching, right? It's just one of those things where it's like, listen, we are stronger than we really think, and that we are capable of becoming the person that we really want to become and having the life that we really want to have. Because what I do know, that one thing for sure is that what is for me is just for me, and what is for you is just for you. Because we all have a purpose here. We have a mission here. We have a destined path, right? Like that, we have a purpose for being here. And sometimes it's challenging accepting what that is because it seems so large and so big and so out of reach, and you don't know how you're going to get there. But it really takes small steps, but it really starts from within. Change of mind, change of heart, on how we see ourselves now, and that we are able and capable of having the things and having the life that we truly desire, and that we can do this. But we can't let these fears keep us paralyzed. Okay? So I hope you guys, um, I hope this video helped, and I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, take care. Bye.